welcome to GunganWatch 2016, your yearly source for all Gungan news. I'm Elodie Cunningham, and today I'm joined by...
Kenneth Procellarum.
I'm Hawke Kirschner.
And we're here to discuss guns, gun guns, gum gums, and gun guns. Probably. That's what we're here for, right?
You're wrong.
I'm wrong?
Yeah, we're here for Gungans.
Just Gungans?
Just Gungans.
So we're not going to discuss the sort of guns that we use on gun guns. Just Gungans.
We don't shoot Gungans. Gungans are our favourites.
And we don't give guns to gun guns either.
I mean, if they need to...
Here in America, in Florida, we just call them guns for short.
But do we cover gun guns in fruit that is gummy? Do we at least do that?
Generally, I just talk about them here.
Oh.
I will be. This is the first annual GunganWatch.
So I should probably let the Gungan in my office go and remove all the chewed-up chewing gum from it?
I think that counts as abuse.
Abuse?
Yeah.
Or kink?
I mean...
Did the Gungan consent? Because that's kind of the whole...
It made a sound and it moved around. That's how Gungans consent, right?
Did you gag it?
I did that a long time ago when I caught it. With a net.
You've been feeding it right, haven't you?
Well,
At
of
least.
course I've been feeding it. I've been feeding it, and I've been giving it guns. Lots and lots of guns. It keeps trying to shoot me with the guns, so I take them away again. But it just looks so adorable that I have to give the guns back. I'm an American, you know?
What? Why would you give him a gun with ammo in it?
Well, I didn't mean to give it ammo, but somehow it found some.
Was it made of chewing gum? Perchance?
Yes.
Dried chewing gum?
Yes. Yes, the gun was made of chewing gum. I'm actually kind of surprised that it worked, you know. After a few flesh wounds and bullet holes, you figure that somehow that gun's a trickster.
Well, moving on from that, because you're going to release that Gungan, aren't you? Yes.
Yeah, I will.
Thank you. We gotta get on to our first important part of GunganWatch, and that is to talk about the appearances of Gungans this year in canon Star Wars material.
Awesome.
Now, the first thing I'm going to preface with is that I haven't seen the new one yet, but I have reliable sources that there are no Gungans in it, so immediately...
Bullshit!
I know!
Fuckers!
Yeah, immediately, I'm just not that interested, because that's what I come to Star Wars for.
For the
You come to
Gungans.
Star Wars for the comedy relief and the sort of levity that Gungans bring us to the Star Wars franchise.
Yes! Just...
I mean, what would a Phantom Menace be if there wasn't Jar Jar being so floppy and adorable and getting his ears everywhere?
I know, it just... You need the light to go with the dark... You need
Side
Gungans.
of the Force.
Yeah. Without Jar Jar, there would
be no quadruple amputee magma near deaths. You need Jar Jar to have the quadruple amputees.
It's
Yeah.
the natural progression, really.
Yeah. Well, Jar Jar did, however, well, not Jar Jar himself, but Gungans in general, have appeared in quite a lot of material this year.
Oh, did they?
Primarily. Yeah,
Have
primarily
they now?
in the new Marvel canon comics.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, Princess Leia Part 2, the main Star Wars series, Showdown on the Smuggler's Moon Part 3, Darth Vader 11, Rebel Jail Part 3 from the main Star Wars series, Lando Part 2.
Oh man, it's practically the year of the Gungan.
I know. They
And
also...
it would be the year of the Gungan if they put them in Rogue One!
I know.
So close. So
yeah,
close.
they even had characters from Clone Wars in Rogue One. Do you know which character from Clone Wars they were missing?
Jar Jar
Gungan?
Binks.
Jar Jar Binks. The only one I care about.
Not even Boss Nass.
Not even Boss Nass.
Boss Nass is Boss Nasty, so you want him around a lot.
Yeah, you do. They also appeared in Bloodline, which is a new novel that came out this year that I haven't had a chance to get my hands on yet, but I really liked the predecessor to it, in which some of the characters did go and get a tasty dessert in Oto Gunga at the end of the rebellion
Oh, delicious.
in Lost Stars. But
I want
Bloodline's
some
meant to
Gungan
be...
desserts,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Ooh, do you know any? Does anybody know any Gungan recipes?
You know, actually, I can grab my copy of Lost Stars. If I can find it. Do you know where... There it is. Oh, just finding it. Alright, let me see if I can...
I imagine it's a fish-heavy diet.
Well, we know that Jar Jar subsisted mostly on mollusks, according to the Phantom
Right.
Menace visual dictionary, which I also own.
Right. Well,
It brings up the question of what's the right kind of sauce to use on mollusks when you're a Gungan.
I would imagine like some sort of brine or salt water.
Well, yeah, that's what you think, but we know that Jar Jar Binks is a cultured man. He wouldn't just have brine and salt water. No. He would at the very least have some nice soy sauce to go with it. If you're gonna make it salty, make it classy and salty.
Is soy canon in the Star Wars universe?
That's actually a good question. I'm gonna look that up now.
Oh
Yeah, you
boy.
should. That's important. I'm just trying to find
I-
the right chapter.
I guess it's up to me to fill for time, huh?
Well, let's see. Just at first glance, there's an R2-D2 soy sauce bottle holder dispenser. So I imagine that one of R2-D2's extra features was holding soy sauce. And because R2-D2 was also in the Phantom Menace, it's a shame that they deleted the scene where R2-D2 made a delicious sushi meal for Jar Jar Binks using his soy sauce power thing. Apparatus. Yeah, his soy sauce apparatus.
Right.
And we know that George Lucas is a man who is so willing to, what am I trying to say? He's willing to compromise. And because he's willing to compromise, I know that while he did film that shot, while it brought him to tears to not have the scene where R2-D2 fed sushi to Jar Jar Binks, it had to be removed.
It was
It had to
too
be removed for time.
it was too sensual, really. I mean,
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that angle.
it's
We need to keep
it's a
it-
PG movie, man.
Yeah,
It's-
we can't let it get to the part where it gets to R. We don't need that sexy R2-D2 who Jar Jar Binks fiction and that subtext to turn to text.
Alright, I found the passage from Lost Stars that concerns Gungans. If you'd like
Alright.
to hear it.
would
Let's
I?
hear about it.
Hey, Yendor said as he helped JJH2 from his ship. Some of us were going into Otogunga tonight. If we don't get any more alerts, that is. Apparently there's this dessert they make there that takes at least 4 hominids to eat. They say it melts in your mouth and delivers you straight into a glorious sugar coma. You know you want a piece.
I do want a piece.
I want a
I
piece
do
as
want
well.
a piece. We would need one more hominid, though.
Yeah.
The scary thing is, though, it says you need 4 hominids to eat it. What happens if you try with 3?
You probably die
What-
considering you
what
already
if
go
you
into a
have-
coma with 4 hominids.
What if you have
Oh, dear, yeah.
4 hominids
That's
and
right.
like a quadruped?
I think it's pretty. If you're not shaped like a human, it
You
will
could probably
literally.
eat it, but whoever will, what do you think? Because I think that, if you try to eat it, then just, whoever made it will just give you a disappointed stare. Like, if you're a horse you'll feel the hatred for your horse self trying to eat it in front of a Gungan.
Yeah, and also, because they got such strict measurements on how many people need to eat it, I think that having something that's not within their measurement system is just going to throw it off entirely.
Right.
So if you bring horses, like, no one knows if 2 horses or 2.5 horses is sufficient. Like, once you get outside the idea of hominids, we're in uncharted territory. This could be really dangerous, guys.
Yeah, exactly. So, to be safe while eating Gungan desserts, you need...
Always bring the recommended number of hominids.
Yes.
I will say this, though. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I mean...
Dude, Hawke, you have to keep in mind, there are risks you just don't take.
I don't know. I might eat it with a hut. You don't know.
Oh, sugar. I hadn't even thought of legless beings.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe a legless eating one would be like dividing by 0. Maybe if you eat it with a hut, just like reality will twist around you.
Reality
man.
will implode if a hut eats a Gungan dessert.
Who doesn't want that? Seriously.
You know, that's probably what the changes in the special edition were. Like, at first there was just, regular old, ordinary A New Hope, and then someone fed a Gungan dessert to a hut, and it twisted space and time around it and caused all these retcons.
Talking of the
Han
special
didn't shoot
editions.
first. Han did not shoot first. Only after time was changed. No, Han shot first. But then a hut ate a Gungan dessert.
Speaking of the special editions, there's something I got to add that obviously I won't need to bring up every year because it's not news for this year, it's news for 1994. I
Right.
think. Oh, not 1994, it was the 98 second special edition.
Right.
Gungans were actually included.
Oh, yeah?
Their first appearance was in the special edition of Return of the Jedi, not Phantom Menace.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, there's a shot during that scene with the party, where they added all those different planets in. One of the planets they show is Naboo, and there's 2 Gungans stood on a roof, and one of them shouts, "Weeser free!" And that's the first Gungan line in the entire Star Wars franchise.
Huh.
It's almost like foreshadowing.
You learn something
But
every
in the
day.
future, in the future past.
Yeah, that's this year's special Gungan fact.
I can't wait till next year's.
I know, it's going to be great. You have to wait a year for another Gungan fact, though.
Yeah, because, they're annual, and once a year is what annual usually means.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the next bit of GunganWatch 2016 is to showcase the Gungan merchandise of the year, in my opinion.
Okay.
I'm just going to find an image to send to you.
Alright.
I wait with bated breath.
Okay, here it is. Copy image address.
Lay it on me.
It came out as a really long URL and it wouldn't have worked.
Oh, jeez.
So
That's a disappointment. A
I'm just
tragedy.
gonna send you the Amazon link instead.
Okay.
There you go.
Aw.
I know. It's
Oh,
the Jar Jar
beautiful.
Binks Sum.
It's everything I wanted to sleep on.
It's
Get me like 20 of them. I'll make myself a bed consisting
Unfortunately,
of a ball pit of binks.
he's pupating.
Unfortunately, while there are other size Sums for a lot of characters, they only released the small size for Jar Jar. So you can only get them in about 3 inches.
Ugh.
I would need more than 20 to make a ball pit of Jar Jars.
Yeah. Yeah,
Jeez.
The Phantom Menace set was, in my opinion, the best Star Wars Sum set they've done, because you also got Sebulba.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, who, as listeners of my other podcast, The Real Heroes, will know, was our first guest, was a small plastic version of Sebulba.
Right.
But yeah, that's my Gungan merchandise bit of the year, and I'll include that in the description for the show, so that other people can have a look at it.
Oh, man. They are in for a
Try
treat.
to find a way to get enough of them to make a ball pit of Jar Jar. You'd need like 22, because
Yeah.
they're small. I mean, 22 sounds about right?
I'd get more if you could, just because I have a whole stack of them, some sums of that same size, and it's way more than that, and it doesn't even like fill up the top of my bookshelf, so...
Real talk for a second. I like how they have a BB-8 one.
Yeah, I own that one as well. It's such a... It doesn't look very good, but I own it.
It's elongated, and BB-8 is a round ball. I mean...
Yeah, he doesn't work quite as well as some of the other ones.
Yeah, you make a valid point, because no, that's just sort of off-putting.
His little eyeball is like, what have you done to me? Oh, I'm a monster now.
I was perfect. I was a sphere. I was a being of perfect geometry. Now, I'm just this blob. Like a caterpillar. But a plush.
The only large Sum I own is Jabba the Hutt,
Right.
so I now know not to let him get too close to the Jar Jar Sum if I don't want reality to wreck
Oh,
this.
yeah. Absolutely. Because you don't know when that Sum's ever going to cook a dessert.
I know. So this is what we're bringing to your GunganWatch, is real life advice for how to
keep physics from tripping on you, and how to keep your grades from back in middle school just changing at random order as time itself decides to go fuck itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just going to quickly send you this image of the entire Phantom Menace set,
Okay.
because I think it's pretty good. And as much as Jar Jar's the best one, it's still a good set overall.
Yeah. They made Sebulba kind of adorable.
I know. It's funny that they chose him as the character to make, but I'm glad they did.
Oh. Obi-Wan looks depressed.
He's got real fuzzy hair.
He's just sitting there contemplating life.
I got that entire set the day it came out. It was the last Jar Jar and the last Sebulba in the shop. See, I'm a real Gungan fan.
Yeah. A true Gunganite.
Yeah.
You truly go Opa Gungan style at times.
Oh God. Oh God,
jeez.
why?
Oh.
Because I'm Ken.
Oh, woo!
That's why. But seriously, Gungans are fine dancers, aren't they?
Talking of Gungan dancers,
Oh,
I have another image for you.
Oh?
Yeah, this is a pretty good one. I've just got to go into my pictures folder for this one, because it's one that I took myself,
ooh.
photo-wise.
This isn't potentially hazardous at all.
It's
Into my Gungans folder. Okay. Sent you the
I gotta-
image.
I gotta say, you knocked that segue out of the park.
Thanks. So,
Oh, yeah.
you received it?
Is that from your special Gungan folder?
That is from the book Where's the Wookiee? Which is a Where's Wally or Waldo to you across wherever you are. They changed names for some reason.
Yes. Yeah, I don't. I don't understand why they couldn't call
that's
him
quite
Wally.
the dance.
Yeah.
Well, it's from a similar book where instead of finding Wally, you're finding Chewbacca.
But why are you looking for Wookiees instead of looking for Gungans? Because Gungans are better.
Yeah, I agree, but this is the only Gungan I could find in the book, and it happens.
Oh, in that case, maybe you know, it's supposed. Maybe they were selling us a "Where's the Wookiee?" but it was really "Where's the Gungan?"
Yeah.
And like, that's hard mode for the true fans.
And the Gungan happens to be in a private booth in Mos Eisley Cantina dancing, and the best thing about it is that it has titty,
Yeah.
Kitty.
which
Yeah.
it's got frog titty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we all get behind Frog Titty?
I think we can all get behind frog titty.
I don't know about you guys, but I want to get in front of it.
Well, in front of, on top of, underneath, behind, you know, these are all variations of the same idea of we thoroughly approve of Frog Titty.
And as for the book title, I think they were just thinking like alliteration is marketable.
Yeah, because Where's the Gungan doesn't kind of roll off the tongue quite as much as I wish it was.
Yeah.
It does if you make it.
I'm trying to think of other
Where's
alliterations
the
you could do with Gungan.
Go get Gungan.
Go get Gungan!
Yeah, there you go.
I think
We-
that's
we-
that's going to be a t-shirt.
We did it.
This one only applies to Gungans with, you know, the lady Gungans, but Great Gal Gungan. That one works too.
Right.
Yeah. Or you could do Great Guy Gungan for...
Oh, Great Guy Gungan. Heck, what was I thinking? Great Gal and Great Guy, there we go. If we're having a Naboo-based skydiving company, then it could be Geronimo Gungan! Or Gungan Geronimo. Either way. You get up with the Gungan, you jump out of a plane with them, hopefully you both brought parachutes.
Oh, I've got another bit of media which Gungans have appeared in this year. I just
Oh, okay.
It's in the new Star Wars Atlas they released. There's an entire Naboo page just full of Gungans.
Oh, sweet.
Just stuffed with the brim with Gungans, I hope.
Yeah, that pages. It's got pictures of Jar Jar. It's got pictures of Cadu, which are the things that they ride. You know.
Right.
And yeah.
I mean,
it's
who
just-
doesn't know that?
Yeah. What's your favourite piece of Naboo wildlife, by the way?
I like the space deers they have.
There are similar things that do like that. I don't know what.
I
the
like
names
Boss
are.
Nass. I mean, I know that technically speaking he's not wildlife because he's a civilized creature, but look at the man.
Yeah, I mean
He's wild. He's a beast.
Is Pikachu one? No, that's not.
My favourites are probably the Cadu. But
I
like the Famba a lot. What do you think of the Famba?
Oh, delicious.
Delicious.
The Famba actually had a major role in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Did you know that? They carried the
yeah.
The
Gungan
delicious
shield
role.
generators into the battle at the end.
Yeah, and then they were eaten.
Of course.
They fry up great with balsamic vinegar.
Wait, there's balsamic as well? I thought that was just soy.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about soy before, but come on. The Gungans are an advanced species. They're an advanced people. I mean, Jar Jar may have been, kind of roughing it on his own, but when he got serious, you know that Jar Jar had a full kitchen.
Yeah, I think Jar Jar was a great cook, probably.
He should have been
so-
cooking the whole time.
I know, like Star Wars Episode 1 should have mostly, instead of being about pod racing and this space battle, been about Jar Jar Binks cooking and
Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker discovering the Force through Jar Jar Binks' cooking.
Yeah, I think it was kind of criminal that so many people lashed out against Jar Jar just because they didn't understand him, and it just led to
all
there
of his
being
great cooking scenes and his sex scene with R2-D2 and C-3PO got cut, so
Yeah.
they really didn't get to see his true characterization.
and that meant we just didn't get enough Jar Jar based media.
I know.
Luckily,
Right,
it was watered down.
there was all those episodes of the Clone Wars with him in, which are good ones. There's like the one where he has a girlfriend who's a seahorse. Who
Right,
kisses
I would
him.
say they're the best ones.
Yeah, actually, I would too.
That's what Clone Wars was for.
Yeah.
More Jar Jar.
I think the most emotional moment in the Clone Wars series is the part where General Turple. Do you remember him?
Yes.
He was the
No.
he was the general in Phantom Menace. His quotes include "Jump, Jar Jar, jump!" when he's trying to get Jar Jar to jump. And
Who can forget that scene?
I know.
Nobody can forget that scene.
But in the Clone Wars, he sacrificed himself to capture General Grievous.
I mean, can we have a moment of silence for him?
Yes.
Yeah.
But did he taste good afterwards?
Is that part of the Gungan burial rites? Is they consume him?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I'm sending you his StarWars.com databank entry.
Oh man,
Yeah.
he's
He was the green one that helped them.
yeah, he's
I mean,
very
he was probably a little old, so like his meat was probably a bit tough. But I'm sure if they had a slow cooker, which I bet they did, they got some wonderful meals out of him.
At least his ferret lived up in this device.
right.
Until
mean-
they pooped him out.
I hear that Gungan meat gets more tender as they grow older.
Really? That's
They
not
probably-
common, but that would be interesting.
They probably because they're so flexible. They probably flex themselves into.
Are you
Right.
sure I have to let the Gungan I have tied up in the office go?
Yes,
Yes, you do. It's illegal.
Okay. But it sounds so tasty.
it's a sapient creature.
Just because
I
they
guess.
apparently have ritual cannibalism in their own culture doesn't mean you get to just kill and eat this guy.
Yeah,
Okay. I guess you make a good point. It would be kind of rude of me to kill him, huh?
you have to wait till it dies of natural causes or unrelated circumstances to specifically eating him.
So you could
Unrelated circumstances.
You could just-
I could do that. I played.
No,
Warforged.
you cannot kill him for the purpose of eating him.
it's not,
If it's unrelated circumstances, does it really count as killing him?
If he dies from you killing him, yes.
if anything you do leads to a chain of events that results in him dying, then you killed him.
But
Yes.
what if I just set up a chain of events and he pulls a lever, and then I have delicious Gungan meat?
You're still at the end of that line of murder.
Fine.
You still have culpability, man.
I'm pretty
Fine, I'll
sure
let
they
him
have
go when we're done.
they don't have as long lifespans as humans, so you'll probably outlast him.
Oh, that's true. All I have to do is, stick a tracking beacon in him, and I can just wait him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's fine. I got nothing against that.
Okay, cool.
I was wondering, what is the general lifespan of a Gungan?
I'm gonna check on Wikipedia and see if it tells, because I remember hearing that they had less lifespan.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't seem to say.
Oh, so, I mean, they live short lives.
they live him to the fullest.
Oh yeah, why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
We can learn a lot from him.
I just want to say that the whole thing with General Tarple sacrificing himself really shows us just how much of an asshole Anakin is.
Oh yeah,
Because
total dick.
he gets a bit angry and tries to chase down this nasty Gungan who was helping General Grievous.
Fuck that guy.
When everyone told
Fuck
him,
that guy.
when everyone told him, no, we've sorted it out, we got General Grievous and everything. He went off to do this, got himself captured, and then they had to trade General Grievous, so General Tarple's sacrifice was for nothing. All because Anakin got a bit angry.
Anakin is even ruder than I am.
It's just terrible, really.
Yeah, I can't believe a dickhead like that ended up to be such a cool guy like Darth Vader.
I know, right? It should have been Tarples who got to do it.
Who got to be Darth Vader?
Yeah.
No, I totally agree with you there.
That would have been the right decision to make.
I think the entire franchise would be better if you just replace a lot of the major characters with Gungans.
No,
It really would.
absolutely.
So we're gonna have to go on to the most important part of the podcast now,
Okay.
and that is the award for Gungan of the Year.
Ooh, I wish I was eligible.
It's a shame you're not, Hawke.
No,
It's a shame you're not.
I'm not a Gungan at all.
I'm
You
not a
ha-
Gungan and I haven't eaten any Gungans, so I can't even use the "you are what you eat" excuse. And
Yeah.
because I promised not to be rude, I can't just sneak off and fix that in the next few minutes.
You both have bones, which immediately makes you ineligible.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't have a.
I see what that problem would be.
Have
I don't-
cartilage and skeletons.
I don't have a series of fluid-filled bladders.
Yeah.
I only have one bladder, and it's only occasionally fluid-filled.
Yeah, so I think that this year, because it's our first year and we've really got to honour our main man, I think this year's Gungan of the Year is Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, yes.
I can definitely understand that. Well, of course. When you say it like that, it seems so obvious.
Well, I mean, that's how the Academy voted, so.
Yeah, and I think that he's such an important character. And he really, his character interactions with the other people in the universe really just bring out the story of Star Wars.
He just gets the whole ball rolling.
Yeah,
He is the spice or the sauce on Star Wars, like Worcestershire sauce.
when
Jar Jar Binks is the Worcestershire sauce of Star Wars.
I like that you pronounce Worcester as Worcestershire.
It's Worcestershire.
It's whatever.
It's Worcestershire.
That's fantastic. But yeah, in The Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon gives Jar Jar a chance, even when everyone else wouldn't, because they all perceived him as annoying. And just because he's given a chance, he brings together the Naboo and the Gungans. He
Right.
brings peace.
He's a Christ-like figure.
Yeah, but then, when he's not trusted to be himself, when he's used, like he's used by Palpatine in Attack of the Clones, he lays the foundations for the Empire, because his naivety and beautiful soul are just twisted to,
His childlike wonder.
yeah. And I think that one thing I've definitely got to address,
Right.
because it's something that came up a lot earlier this year, at the very beginning, is the whole theory that he's a Sith Lord just because he set up that whole thing with the Empire. But I think that's just taking away from who he is.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's someone who, he tries his best, he's very kind and helpful, he just easy to manipulate because he's such a...
You don't
A
get a
trusting figure.
you don't get a sinister aura about him.
No, when people say that he's a Sith Lord, that's just kind of stepping on someone who's already been knocked down.
Right. I
He's just...
I honestly think that Christmas should be replaced with like Jar Jar
With
Day.
Binks Day.
Binksmas.
Yeah. Binksmas. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Binksmas.
Happy Binksmas.
Happy Binksmas.
Happy Binksmas, everyone.
I wrote a haiku about Jar Jar once.
Oh,
Oh?
did you?
Yeah.
Share with us your poetry of 575.
Just trying to remember it. You guys fill time.
So anyway,
Anyway,
about this Binksmas holiday. No more trees.
no more trees.
No more
Just
trees.
fish.
Yes. You put an aquarium in your living room instead of a tree. And in that aquarium, it has a frog that swims around and eats the fish.
But not all the fish, because you need some of the fish, because Binksmas dinner involves catching one of those fish with your bare hands, punching it to death, and then cooking it over a fire
So
after it's been punched.
you got
How-
you
How
got your
big
fish.
of a frog are we talking about?
Well,
It's a
it's a
gungan.
pretty big frog.
It's a gungan.
Oh wow! So this is a holiday which doesn't involve just grabbing a frog, but inviting a sapient guest into your home, letting it spend time in your living room, just hanging out in an aquarium, eating a bunch of fish,
Kenneth,
and then
Kenneth.
yeah,
As we all
Yes?
know, Gungan homelessness is a problem that needs to be addressed.
yes, and that's why this holiday is so important. Because this, even though it's only temporary, even though it's only for the month of December, it gives those Gungans a chance to come in out of the cold. It gives them a chance to connect with the community. It gives them a chance to help out.
Because
And then,
as
the
Anthony,
skills that they get, as well as being well nutritiously taken care of by eating all the fish for a whole month, that lets them pull themselves up by the bootstraps. This holiday will end Gungan homelessness.
yeah, because they're amphibians. The winter season is just deadly for them if they're homeless.
Right.
So invite a homeless Gungan into your house this year.
Put them where the tree would be.
Yeah.
I've remembered my haiku, by the way.
Celebrate
Share with us your
Binksmas.
haiku.
Oh my god, Jar Jar, you don't have a skeleton. You have cartilage. Thank you,
You're a
thank you.
talent of the century.
That's my haiku.
Yeah. And we also resync the podcast.
I think that might be a yearly thing. Is the yearly Gungan haiku? I'll do one each year.
There you
There we go.
So I think
Now
that
I'm
about,
just now I'm just
Oh.
looking forward to it.
yeah. I think that about wraps it up for this year's GunganWatch.
Well, I
I
think
think
I
it
think it was a
does.
good one.
Yeah. What I'm gonna
And
do?
now, I guess I have to untie a Gungan in my office, apologize to him, and put him in an aquarium where I would have put a tree, and let
Right.
him eat fish all month.
Yeah, do it.
Will do. Will do.
What's gonna happen is I'm gonna release starting at the end of January, a monthly mini GunganWatch with just me. And
Okay.
it's just gonna be a little thing available to my Patreon people. whereas this one's going to be out there for anyone to listen to.
All right.
Excellent.
So, I know everyone can look forward to that, but yeah. Well, why don't you guys do the thing where you tell people where to find you?
Kenneth,
Yeah.
you go first.
I'm Ken Procellarum, real name Benjamin Wentworth, and I am trying to work on getting my own content creation set up. So there's probably not that much you can find, but if you want to find something I've done with my family, you can look on SoundCloud for Linear Logic League. There's only 2 episodes of it, but it is an improv comedy sort of skit show about 2 mad scientists and a cultist. That's
Nice.
Linear Logic League on
I've
SoundCloud.
not heard of that, I'll check that out.
I'm Hawke Kirschner. I'm 1/3 of the hosts of the Fan Cannon podcast. You can find us on Twitter at the Fan Cannon. You can the Fan Cannon, if you haven't heard before, is a podcast where we talk about fan fictions. We read fan fictions. You can send in prompts to our Facebook page, which is just called the Fan Cannon. We make up fan cannons on the spot with prompts. You can send us there, and we also read them if you send them in.
Yeah, I sent in the first chapter of a fan fiction about you, Hawke.
Yes, it was
That
lovely.
You didn't get to read because you weren't there that week.
Oh yeah, I was off in the woods getting blasted on drugs.
I've got
The only fan fiction I've ever written was a Naruto fan fiction about Pocky.
Oh, nice. I'm glad. Well, the second chapter is coming up, so don't you worry about it.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at ChemyWords, CHEMY words, and my cover photos, just a whole bunch of Gungans. So that's something that all those Gungan fans out there will enjoy. And I'm
Important
also,
for the host of the GunganWatch.
yeah, I'm also one of 2 hosts on another podcast, which is called The Real Heroes Podcast, where we talk about very minor characters in video games and why they are actually the real protagonists of those video games. And it's very goofy and fun, and
Yeah, it gets hilarious at
Sounds
times.
fun.
yeah, and we have guests and things, and I think Hawke's going to be guesting soon, which is going to be fun.
Yep.
And you can also find me on Indie Haven and at my Patreon, which is patreon.com/ChemyWords, and I'm on there, it's just LOD Cunningham. And you can support me and get cool things like GunganWatch Mini every month, starting next month. So yeah. I think that about does it.
Good times. Merry Binksmas, everybody.
Merry
Merry
Binksmas.
Binksmas.